Subscribe.
As my adolescent psychiatric patients report, melancholy is a deeply rooted aspect of their experiences and is a complex emotion that can encompass sadness, longing, nostalgia, and an existential sense of loss. Throughout history, artists have used their creative gifts to explore and communicate these emotional depths, where these experiences of sadness, loneliness, and longing, though painful, also offer insights into the human condition and can foster healing through their recognition and validation. With this in mind, 3 distinct voices that have explored melancholy in their work, and 3 that alert my tween and teen patients, are Mitski, Alberto Burri, and Franz Kafka. Mitski, a singer-songwriter, expresses melancholy through deeply personal and introspective lyrics, often dwelling with themes of heartbreak, alienation, and emotional vulnerability. Alberto Burri, a painter and sculptor, communicates melancholy through abstract, often tortured materials like burlap and plastic, creating an aesthetic that evokes both fragility and resilience. Franz Kafka, a writer whose works dwell on existential anxiety, alienation, and absurdity of life, delves into the inner turmoil and isolation experienced by his characters. On the adolescent psychiatric unit where I work, the use of these artists' works, particularly Mitski, serves as a powerful therapeutic tool, helping my tween and teen patients to explore emotions that are difficult to verbalize, offering a non-threatening medium for self-expression. Mitski's music, often raw and vulnerable, provides a relatable entry point for my adolescent patients struggling with feelings of isolation or sadness. Her lyrics, which deal with heartbreak, longing, and internal conflict, offer an opportunity for the teens to see their own experiences reflected in music, creating a sense of validation. For example, a song like Nobody is an upbeat yet deeply melancholic exploration of loneliness, craving connection, and the emptiness that can accompany isolation, providing an accessible entry point into conversations with my patients about the pain of being alone.
My God, I'm so lonely, so I open the window to hear sounds of people, to hear sounds of people. Venus, planet of love, was destroyed by global warming. Did its people want too much too? Did its people want too much?
Another song, I Bet on Losing Dogs, a haunting song about self-doubt, feeling inadequate, and the difficulty of accepting one's flaws, helps the adolescent patients reflect on their own feelings of self-worth and vulnerability. In these therapy sessions, Mitski's songs are used to encourage the patients to identify and articulate their own feelings of pain and longing, helping the tweens and teens to confront and process complex feelings, in addition to encouraging them to write their own lyrics or create songs based on their emotions that could foster self-expression and creativity. With melancholy in mind, and inspired by the patient's major interest in Mitski's music, I like to introduce the tweens and teens to Alberto Burri's abstract works, particularly because of his use of damaged and repurposed materials. This seems to resonate deeply with my patients due to having experienced trauma or are struggling with feelings of brokenness. Burri's art, which often reflects for them themes of destruction and reconstruction, mirrors the emotional and psychological healing process. For example, Sacchi, one of Burri's most iconic series, consists of large burlap sacks that are sewn, torn, and patched together in abstract forms. The patients, at times mesmerized by the damaged and repaired materials, report themes of suffering, fragmentation, and resilience. The burlap's rough texture and the visible scars on the canvas invite the patients to reflect on the trauma and recovery process, including repair and emotional scars in Burri's series of paintings. In his Combustione series, Burri used fire to burn holes and create textures in his paintings, transforming raw materials like plastic and wood into abstract compositions. The scars left by the flames on these surfaces evoke, as the patients report, ideas of destruction and renewal. The intensity mirrors emotional or psychological purging, viewing their own emotional wounds not as signs of weakness, but, as some patients report, as part of the process of becoming whole again. Moreover, after viewing Burri's work, the patients might use torn, crumbled, or fragmented materials, symbolizing personal healing, facilitating discussions on themes of resilience, transformation, and the complexities of emotions, particularly in relations to trauma and recovery. Patients have reported that Franz Kafka's literature is a mirror into their internal struggles. Here, many of my patients had been reading Kafka's work long before they had been admitted to the psychiatric unit. For them, Kafka's work, such as The Metamorphosis and The Trial, are filled with themes of alienation, existential despair, and the absurdity of life. These themes resonate with the teens struggling with identity, existential questions, and the feeling of being misunderstood or isolated from society. Moreover, Kafka's exploration of the absurd and the surreal helps my patients articulate feelings of being trapped or powerless, exploring the tension between personal freedom and societal constraints, which is often a source of conflict in adolescence. Patients report that Kafka's work, such as The Metamorphosis, serves as a metaphor for alienation, isolation, family dynamics, and self-worth. Or, The Hunger Artist serves as a metaphor for the disconnect between personal experience and public perception, as well as losing the self and self-sacrifice. Furthermore, reading and discussing Kafka's work in a clinical setting helps my patients explore feelings of alienation and confusion, allowing them to process these emotions in a safe and structured way. Lastly, incorporating the works of Mitski, Burri, and Kafka into creative arts therapy with my adolescent patients offers several benefits. These artists, through their diverse forms of expression, whether through Mitski's haunting lyrics, Burri's tactile and fragmented compositions, or Kafka's exploration of existential despair, all evoke the complex layers of melancholy. Each artist uses their medium to delve into themes of alienation, loss, and the search for meaning. Not only does this aid in the therapeutic process, but also empowers my patients to reclaim their own voices and navigate the complexities of their inner worlds. Hello, this is Enrico, licensed creative arts therapist, New York State.